I cannot say that what I'm about to talk about is even remotely surprising. Now, before I actually get into this, I still have more commentaries that are coming up that are following this video that are still calling out people who spoke out against Will Smith. Those, well, more so those in Hollywood that are coming, but I have to put this out here before it got too far away because those other videos are definitely still coming. But I just didn't want to overload my audience with them all at one time, like so much. That's why I kind of spread them out, because it's not like this story is going anywhere anytime soon. Like they're still going to be talking about this for a little bit. But I had to put this one out here because it's now the new freshest thing on our heads. And I said to myself, I'm not surprised that Will Smith has resigned from the Academy, because that's what the most recent breaking news story is when it comes to this situation. And I guess he figured, let me get out before they throw me out. Like, you know how like when you're at a job and you have a feeling you're about to be fired, you feel like, let me go ahead and quit before they get an opportunity to fire me. Let me get out before, they have the opportunity to like terminate me or whatever the case may be. Because this week, Will Smith literally went from being on the top of the world to damn near the bottom of the barrel within a day. Just that fast. Like, he became public enemy number one. And it doesn't even matter how many people came out against him who had dirt to their name as well, where people was digging stuff up, and to the point where some even had to retract what they were saying or anything like that. The damage was already done. And I had left a comment on Kimberly Frazier's video. I said, I wonder if this was the plan all along. I wonder if the plan was for him to do, like, not so much that this was planned, but it just kind of worked out that way, where now Will Smith not only knows who the fake and phony people are around him, but he knows that who he can and cannot trust. All these so-called peers that he had or whatnot that he thought was in his corner, they all turned on him in the blink of an eye. You even had this washed up actor named Paul Rodriguez, who worked with Will Smith over 20 years ago on Ali, which is where he got his first Oscar nomination, come out and say basically that Will Smith was quote unquote difficult to work with. I'm like, you didn't say anything back then about him being difficult to work with, and all of a sudden you come out 21 years later to say something because you just wanted to talk. Talking for the sake of wanting to talk. This is what I'm talking about. So in a way, it's kind of a blessing in disguise that this happened, because now Will Smith knows who the real is and who isn't. And he apparently, based on the responses people gave this week, he knows exactly who the fake and phony are. It probably is eating him up knowing that the people that he thought he could trust and that was in his corner, some people that called him his friend, or people he called friend, were not friends at all. Like I said, I wonder if that was the plan all along. Something tells me that it probably was. It's crazy. But Will Smith has amassed a lot of wealth over the years from his films. I think somebody said his net worth is like $450 million. So when I heard people saying that, Jim Carrey in particular saying, oh, he needs that Chris Rock should sue him for like $200 million. I'm like, whoa, so you're trying to come from this man's almost half of his wealth that he worked for. And see, that goes back to the pocket watching thing that they do when it comes to black people who have millions of dollars. I say Will Smith take some of the wealth that he has amassed over the years and go do his own thing. I know many of you have some issues with Tyler Perry and whatnot, but that's what he did. He went and built his own studio. Not, Anthony Mackie. I just did a video about him taking, those MCU checks that he got, and he's building his own production studio down in New Orleans. What's stopping Will Smith from doing the same thing? because despite how many people are feeling right now, because a lot of it is just feelings and emotions, Will Smith still has a strong name. There are still people out there that are supporting Will Smith. You have some people that are saying, oh, I'm not going to watch anything with Will Smith again. You know, I'm done with Will Smith and everything. And I said that a lot of that's because emotions are just high at the moment right now. And they're just going with whatever anyone else is saying. And a lot of people are saying that because they're going off of what everyone else is saying. And the thing is, if it was just to subside, they would end up realizing that they were just going with the flow at the time. That's why I can't stand the fake and phony outrage, because a lot of them are being mad for no reason. Like, you got Wanda Sykes coming out saying that she was traumatized. How interesting. She said she was traumatized by this because Amy Schumer said it literally hours before, and now all of a sudden you're feeling traumatized. Like, I don't get it. And I was going to make a separate video about this, but I said, you know what, let me go ahead now and just mention it here. Do you know that the FCC, they said they had 66 complaints to the FCC about the incident that happened at the Oscars. Now, keep in mind, when Janet Jackson had the incident, well, with Justin Timberlake, because let's not act like she was by herself with this. I think they said that one had over 100,000 from the Super Bowl back in 2004. And I said, that's interesting. They have all these complaints. I said, I wonder, did the FCC have all these complaints when George Floyd was dying for 9 minutes on camera and that was playing on an endless loop around the world back in 2020? Or did the FCC get any complaints when Mike Brown lay dead in the street for hours and that was shown on television? I don't remember hearing that either. It's amazing what they'll complain about. And we can just about guess and pinpoint who the party was that was upset. But yeah, all I'm gonna say is I think that Will Smith, one, he should take a little break, take some time, to wind down. I think based on what Town Biz was talking about, I think Will Smith has a project that he's working on. After he's done with that project, I say, like, take a little time or whatever the case may be, and lay low a little bit, because like I said, like, I don't know what the response is going to be now. I wonder if the people are going to stop talking or if they're going to continue to talk, because I want to believe that Will Smith is doing this because he wants the coverage of it to subside. I think that's probably what he wants to happen. So people can stop talking for a little bit, but now they're going to have something new to talk about. Oh my God, did you hear Will Smith? He resigned from the Academy. Now, I don't know. I haven't read anything about maybe any statements that he's given as to why he's doing this. I'm just giving my speculation as to why he's doing it, because I'm not going to say I don't believe what he's going to say, but I don't know if he's going to give the straightforward answer as to why he's doing it. He might give like a PC, a political correct response to why he's resigning from the Academy. But like I said, I think it's because he knew that they were probably going to throw him out. So in order to avoid that, in order to have people prove him right, I said he probably like, cut my losses and I'm just going to resign. Because now it's like he's getting ahead of what's to come. He said, let me get out of here before they throw me out. And like Harvey was saying in his commentary about it, they were dogpiling on him. And they literally were. They were dogpiling on Will Smith all week. Like, this was every freaking where. You could not escape what happened a week ago. You couldn't. It was everywhere. There was no escaping it. And it's crazy because they have the Grammys tonight. Another big award ceremony. I said the only way that this could probably eclipse it is, they're going to have something occur. But the crazy part about it is you have the Grammys and they're going to ask the people probably about what happened a week ago. They keep asking people about it. Some of those people are over it. They just want to move on. But you got mainstream media that's keeping it in the news. That's what makes it very unbearable. But yeah, I'm sure that Will Smith is going to be able to recover from this. It's just that right now it's kind of messy. We can all admit that. It's a very sticky, messy situation. But yeah.